Episode 6, Black Madonna. Chapter 27, 2 weeks before the apocalypse. 21st June 2011, Cologne. Nicholas hurried down the 544 steps of the winding staircase so fast that he felt faint, and pushed aside the tourists who came puffing and panting in the opposite direction. He was coming back down to earth from the high bell tower of the cathedral like a fallen angel, angry and in despair. The steps of the staircase were narrow, worn away in the middle, the walls covered with graffiti scribbles, dates, and greetings in all the languages of the world. Nicholas didn't pay them the slightest attention as he rushed downwards, exiled, hunted, rejected. Not by the God to whom this cathedral was dedicated, but by himself, and worse, by the light. Nicholas fled downwards, trying to free himself of the memories and doubts that for days had trailed behind him like a plume of smoke. He no longer even knew what it was he had been looking for up there in the bell tower. Knowledge or oblivion? Perhaps it was just the boredom of the past few weeks that had driven him up that winding staircase. When he had stood on the viewing platform behind the railings and looked down at the great Gothic facade, it had become clear to him that he was going to die. At last. The realization had taken him by surprise as he was jostled by the hordes of tourists. He would have much preferred to hurl himself down from the tower there and then, and would have done so had it been even remotely possible. After the events in Rome, he had been the first to get their seriously injured master back to the headquarters in Nepal, and had begun the transformation process. Rome was not a total disaster. The plan of the light could still be carried out, but there would be a delay. After the transformation had been completed and the new pope elected in Rome, Nicholas had been sent to Cologne, where according to the plan, the next gate was to be opened. The problem was the list. Neither Seth nor Pope Peter II knew where the seal to the gate in Cologne was to be found. While the pope was doing everything he could in Rome to get hold of the complete list of names, Nicholas was to wait in Cologne until he had the name of the relevant person, and then to kill them. In the meantime, he had spent weeks sitting in an anonymous apartment in a multi-story block with a view over the Rhine and the cathedral. He had been convinced that his brother Peter was still alive. The signal was weak, but it was steady. Nicholas was only aware of it in the quietest of moments, when he had blocked out all other thoughts. But he was certain his brother was still alive, somewhere or other. The thought pleased him and disquieted him at the same time. The thought of Peter also brought back the other painful repressed memories. Of his mother standing in front of a lighthouse with her hair on fire. Of the time he spent in the orphanage crying himself to sleep every night and sorely missing his twin. He was also reminded of a man called Raymond Kreutzfeldt, the man who...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?